Hello and welcome to this tutorial in which I'm going to quickly show you how to use Tinkercad. Tinkercad is an online free piece of software developed by a company called AutoCAD, and it will allow you to do some really cool 3D modeling, and then the 3D modeling, the things you design will be able to be 3D printed. First of all, Google search, type in Tinkercad, and we're looking for www.tinkercad.com, which will be the first link. We're going to click on that, and then we come to their home screen. There's some information down here which you can have a look at if you wanted to, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to join now, because we need to create an account. You could join a class if we created a class, but we're not going to for now. We're going to just create a personal account. So just click on personal account, and you're going to sign up with your school email. So sign up with email, and then obviously we're in the United Kingdom, and then you need to put in your birthday, whatever date that is. Click on next, and then type in your school email. Make sure you get the address right. Create a password. Maybe make it the same as your school password, which will make it easier to remember. Agree with the terms and conditions, and then create an account. So as you can see, I already have an account, and when you've got an account, you get a little link there. Mine is JWNPNYJK. You can upload a picture if you wanted to personalize your account, and you should have this screen here. To start, all we're going to do is create a new design. I'm going to show you how to move around the screen, rotate the screen. I'm going to show you how to add objects, how to resize them, and then you're just going to have a go at creating a model. You can see here's one that I've created earlier with my name on it. We can see obviously as you go along, this is where your files are stored. So we're going to create a new design. It takes a little while to load. Okay. I'm going to click on the dots, top right hand side, top right hand of the screen, the three dots. I'm in Google Chrome, and I'm just going to go to full screen, which is this little icon here, and it just gives you more of the screen to play with. You can see that Stunning Bumble Firan is the name of my file. I'm going to change that. I'm going to put that, my name, Mr. Weston, and I'm going to put rocket, because we're going to be designing a rocket. Press enter. Okay, so controls. This is easier to control with a mouse. You can control it with a mouse pad, trackpad on a laptop, but it's a little bit more difficult to manipulate. So you are better off using a mouse, and obviously you can also use this on an iPad as well. So with the mouse, to select something, you click and drag with the left button. With the right button, you can rotate around the work plane, and we can see the work plane is here at the moment. It's this grid, blue grid. Zoom in and out, push the wheel on your mouse forwards, and zoom out, pull backwards. And if you want to pan, you push the wheel on your mouse down, and you move your mouse around. So those are the main controls. To get back to like a 3D view, we click on the little home view there, on the little home button, but we can also use the view cube in the top left hand corner to also manipulate our view. At the moment we've got orthographic view, and a perspective view, and to switch to an orthographic view we use this button here. That's a perspective view, sorry, that's an orthographic view, and that's a perspective view. We're going to work in an orthographic view. You can see the symbol there is like an oblique cube, the flat line at the bottom, so that's the view that we want to use. Click on home, and we're looking at that view kind of from the front. Okay, so I'm actually going to go back to perspective view, sorry, to start drawing. Okay, so that's how to change the view on the work plane. On the right hand side here we have some basic shapes, and there are other shapes we can play around with, but for now we're just going to stick to basic shapes. We've got a box and a cylinder. These are shaded with lines because these create holes. And then we have box and the cylinder, sphere, scribble, roof, cone, round roof, text, wedge, pyramid, half sphere, polygon, paraboloid, torus, tube, heart, star, and so on and so forth. We're going to start with drawing a box. So I'm going to click on the box and then drag it onto my work plane, and then I click again to drop the box. Let's zoom in on that. So if I push my wheel forwards, and I'm going to rotate slightly so I can see a 3D view of my box. Now in the menu here, when the box is selected, we can manipulate the box in various ways. If we want to radius the corners so that it's round, you can see if I push that too far it turns into a sphere. Then I can change that. I can change the length by sliding that slider. I can also type in a measurement there also, hit enter. The width I can change and the height I can change. So you can see that box is completely editable. I can also grab it by left clicking on it and move it around. I can use the white boxes to change the height, and the ones on the corners to change the width and the length. The black boxes I can use to just change one dimension back and forth there, you can see. And I can also use this rotate tool to rotate the box as well. And again, you can highlight the number there and we can type in and hit enter if we want to change that to a specific measurement. As always, you have an undo in the top left hand corner. You can undo that, get it back to the position you want it in, and that's basically it for creating shapes. It's very, very simple to use. So if I wanted to create a cylinder, click on the cylinder, drag the cylinder onto the work plane, manipulate the cylinder to the size that you want it to be. You can see that I'm squashing that cylinder, and then obviously you can move that into position wherever you want it on the work plane. We'll do one more shape. We'll do a pyramid, drag that on, manipulate it to the size you want it to be, and then obviously move it into place. If I want to move it up, then I'll click on the black arrow there. If I want to move it across, I just click on it, and obviously I can move it back and forth into position. Now if you want to be more accurate, then you need to use the views on the view cube and change the view to perspective, and that way you can move the object. You can see here I'm moving the object left and right. If I spin round to the left view, I can move the object backwards and forwards, and if I go into a three-dimensional view, I can then see where I am in relation to all of the other shapes and position that more accurately. Same with the other shape here. Use my view cube, move around, back to our home view, have a look at what I've done, and there we go. Again, when a shape is selected, when the menu appears here, you can see I can change the amount of sides this object has. The more sides it has, the smoother it will be. There's a bevel as well. You can bevel the top and the bottom. The segments again changes the quality of the shape. You can see that it becomes, the bevels on the top and the bottom become smooth the more segments there are. Click on the pyramid. The amount of sides on the pyramid I can change. And there you go. So those are the basic tools. Basic shapes, dragging them onto the screen, onto the work plane, and also manipulating them. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to start to create a rocket.